welcome to another game, a different game. This is definitely not Final Girl, as you might be able to see. This is Cthulhu, Death May Die. And this is the very first mission, Blasphemous Alchemy, Season 1, Episode 1. I've chosen to play against Hastur. I've set up the board as a picture on the back of this card here. One thing I will note is these secret tunnel tokens are supposed to be stairs, but apparently I lost one of my stair tokens, so I only have the one. At least I know they're stairs. So, anyway, cultists have set up a lab. They're trying to do all kinds of weird concoctions and trying to summon Hastur into our world. And my job will be to destroy 4 of these labs, preferably before Hastur has advanced all the way up here. Now, I've got 2 characters. These are the only ones that are not in the base game. These are stretch goals from the Kickstarter campaign because I've never used them and I want to use them. So I've got Bert, which is quite clearly Albert Einstein, and I've got Tina, who I'm not sure who it's supposed to be, but they had some cool abilities and I wanted to try them. So the only thing that I haven't done before I can start is insanities for my 2 investigators. Oh, look at that. Found the other stair token. Great. What are the odds that that was mixed in with the cards? This is a game I've played quite a bit. The only thing that I tend to forget, I think, is rolling for fire, and this is a mission that has a lot of fire in it, as you can see on the board, and we've got some nasty monsters. So, alright, let's draw an insanity for Bert. Bert has masochism. If there are no tokens on this card, take 1 wound, otherwise remove all tokens from this card and heal 1 stress per token removed. Each time you would take wounds, put the same number of wound tokens on this card. So he likes to take damage. And then Tina gets obsessive disorder. Move your stress to match your health value, then discard discovery cards as needed until you have the same number of cards on each side of your investigator board. Well, for those of you who haven't played this game before, basically every time you roll a tentacle on one of these dice, it's your sanity that takes a hit, and every time you hit one of these marked spaces here, your insanity triggers, but you also get to level up. So that is one of the hurdles. You get more crazy, closer to death, but you also get more powerful at the same time. So that is one of the funnier aspects in this, having to mix and match. And now Bert will have to take damage. To actually work this disorder around, and Tina will have to attempt to always have her health higher than her stress and always have the same amount of cards on each side. So this will be interesting. Right, my mission is, of course, to damage 4 of these laboratories and kill Hastur afterwards. I can extinguish fire by making a roll in the spaces here where there's fire. Attempt to turn that out. I'll extinguish the fire. But I can also destroy the equipment by making a roll when I'm in the space. And if I do 4 damage to one of these, it will destroy the equipment. So I better actually just get on with it, I think. Now I've got Tina, who's going to be quite good at melee, right? And I've got my looter guy here. So who am I going to start off with? Now I can do 3 actions every turn. So I think the first person I'm gonna choose to activate Tina as the first person, and she's gonna be the first every turn. So I'll just put one of these here, so as a little reminder to myself. And now I've got some cultists I need to kill. Right. So Tina is just gonna move out here for her first action. Oh, you know what? I'm tempted to actually just move a couple of spaces more, because I can move a couple of spaces more. Now each cultist has two health, right? So I'm going to have to do some damage, right? Okay, the best thing I can do is probably just to stick with those 2. So I'm gonna make a roll, and whenever you make a roll, as a basic, it's the 3 black die, and then you can add on green dice. So let's just see. We're looking for the exclamation point, and I get 1 success with her. Oh, and I forgot brawling, so I actually have one of the green dice as well. And I got 2 successes and a tentacle. The elder sign does nothing for her. So I'll move up 1 on my sanity, and I'll kill off one of the cultists. And then I'll try to attack again to get rid of both of them. And that is definitely a success. And I'll still take the tentacle, because this is basically how you level up. So I've killed 2. That's not bad. That is actually pretty good. And that was her turn. So now what I do is I draw a Mythos card. If you're in the same space as Hastur or a Hastur disciple, take 2 stress. For each stress you cannot take 1 wound. If you are not in the same space, gain a yellow sign token. And we're not in the same space. So I gain a yellow sign token. Now, I wonder how if I can actually get rid of those eventually. But there are no enemies in my space, which means I get to actually loot. So I pick up this one. Have you seen my students? They escaped. Walked out during an experiment. If any investigator has the spirit of Gal, the professor burns into flames. Discard this and lose 1 sanity. Otherwise, you may take 2 stress to claim the professor. While you have him, gain 1 level in Arcane Mastery. I will happily gain the professor for 2 stress. And then I'll get a level in Arcane Mastery, which is this one. So now 1 of my elder signs will also count as a success for her, and that's pretty good. Right, so I've got... That was the whole turn here. So we're on to we're on to Bert's first turn, and Bert is going to use 1 action to move in here, where he's going to try and kill the cultist. Now Bert has Arcane Mastery, so if there's any elder signs, he will gain a success from that. But he kills the cultist as well, so that's not bad. And then he moves 1 up because of the tentacle, takes 1 hit to his sanity, and then he's going to try to extinguish the fire, and he's going to make a roll. And I just need one success. And I got one success. So this fire is out. And that's the end of his turn. So we draw another Mythos card. Each cultist moves one space towards you. That could have been a lot worse. And now this one has the symbol here, and that means when there's 3 of those, the elder one will advance in the track up here. We only have the one, so these are the ones we're keeping track of. Now every cultist moves one space towards me. This one will try to go up the stairs, this one will attempt to go out here, and this one will go that way. So still in a safe space, not too bad. Draw the discovery card. Did Jerome make it? If you have a guilty conscience, take 1 stress. You may take 2 stress to claim the janitor, or 1 stress to claim the ammonia. So either a level in toughness, he already has toughness, which would actually put him up here, right? Oh! But the ammonia is going to be really nice to have, right? 6 wounds to all figures in your space. I'd need to find the bleach as well, but it's a really good card. I'm gonna take the 1 stress and get the ammonia. Just hold on. Alright, so I've got the ammonia. Nothing else is happening during this turn, because in this game the enemies don't activate other than from these cards. And I was wrong, something does happen because I forgot to spawn a cultist. The enemies only activate when they're on these cards. And that's why this is actually a pretty well balanced game. I could even play this with 1 investigator and still have it pretty balanced. But I am quite happy with where it is right now, I think. So, right, Tina is going to activate, and she's gonna do her stealth, I think. Yeah, we're gonna do the stealth. So she's gonna run 1 space, 2 spaces, and because of stealth, she doesn't drag this guy along. But she does get caught on fire because she moved through a space with a fire token and moved out of it. So that was 1 action. Then for her second action, I'm gonna try to destroy the equipment. I'll make a roll against the lab in your space. This doesn't count as an attack. So 1 success deals 1 wound. I got 3 successes on the very first run. That is pretty damn good. So it's taken 3 damage already. Now, if I do that once more and get 1 success, I'll actually have destroyed this lab equipment. And it didn't get a success. Oh, I did. Because I got the 1 level in Arcane Mastery, that's a success. And oh, it's not really that good for me to trigger my insanity right now, because I don't have a card on the other side. I'm gonna try. Right, I'm not gonna lose anything if this succeeds, I'm going to use 2 stress to reroll the 2 tentacles and hope I don't get another 2 tentacles. Actually, I just don't need any of them. I got 1, sadly. But anyway, so what happens is I destroy the lab equipment. That's gone. There's a safe collapse. Ooh, heal all your stress. Not too bad. I would have done that anyway, though. Heal all my stress. Then the next thing that happens is this moves up and triggers my insanity. Move your stress to match your health value, then discard discovery cards as needed until you have the same number of cards on each side of your investigator board. That means I have to discard the professor here, sadly. And I'll lose the Arcane Mastery token. Then I'll get to level up one of these. And I'm thinking I want to level up the Femme Fatale ability. Because I want to get it up here, right? I want to level this up as quickly as possible. And then that's the end of her turn. So I draw the Mythos card. And I get another one. Each Hastur disciple moves 2 spaces towards you. There are no Hastur disciples. Then summon a Hastur disciple at the yellow gate. Well, that's one of these guys. So far, so good. Then I draw the event card. Feral student. She only makes vague simian noises. You may take 2 stress to claim the feral student, if not claim the guilty conscience. Well, I will take the feral student. Yeah. Oh, that's actually pretty lucky because I couldn't have this this card along with this card. So, 2 stress. 1, 2. Feral student. 1 level in brawling. Now, in order to remember that this is what I have here, I'll place the brawling token here, but I'll still move it up here. So I'm at 2 in brawling. That's not bad at all. Right, the next thing that happens is I'm gonna have to roll for fire. So I'll make a roll. I just gotta be sure. I think it's only 1 die. Yeah, 1 die per fire token. As long as it's not a success, I'm okay. It's not a success because I don't have. First off, Arcane Mastery is something I have to choose to use, right? You may count 1 Elder Sign as a success. So this counts as nothing. There's no the fire goes out and doesn't do damage to me. So I remember to duck and cover. That's pretty good. And that's the end of this turn. And then it's Bert. And Bert is going to move in for the kill on this cultist here. So Bert moves in for 1 action. Bert might actually make 2 actions here, because what he can do, and he'll still get the fire token, right? Okay. Alright, back to start. Move 1 space, 2 spaces, 3 spaces, because when you move out of a space with an enemy in it, the enemy just follows you. So this way I gather both the enemies in the space where I want them to be. and then I'm gonna hit them, both of them. So I've got Arcane Mastery, I've got 3 dice. I just need either an exclamation point or a star, right? So I got the 1. I'm gonna stress to reroll one of them and get 2. So I've got 2 successes and I've advanced on my sanity track here. So that's 1 cultist dead. That's my second action. Then for my third action, I'm gonna hit the other one. And I've got, again, 2 successes and a tentacle. So it's both of these cultists dead. The fire doesn't do anything if I'm in the space, it's only if I leave the space where the fire token is. So let's draw another Mythos card. Chaos in the Labs. Move the Elder 1 and each monster 1 space towards the undestroyed lab closest to each of them. Summon a cultist in each damaged lab. Then remove 1 wound from each lab in a space with a cultist. But this is not damaged anymore. This is destroyed. If it was damaged, it would have still had health, right? So there won't be any cultists spawning at the damaged labs. But every monster is going to move 1 space towards the nearest undestroyed lab. So that means the fire vampire here is going to go into this space, and the Byaki is going to move into this space. Again, that's pretty lucky. What does happen though is because I have 3 of these icons, the Elder one advances 1 space up on this track. When Hastur advances, you gain a yellow sign token. So that's Bert's turn. Where Hastur advances, Bert gets an Elder sign token. So one has to disable at the nearest gate, that's one of these, and the nearest gate to Bert is blue. And then 1 cultist at each of the other gates. So that's a cultist here and a cultist here. Pretty good. Still no enemies in my space. And then, because I drew these, I'm gonna have to mix them up again. Give them a quick shuffle. And for a board gamer, I suck at shuffling cards. I'm not that good at it. So here we go. Ready for the next Mythos phase. Still no enemies in Bert's space, so Bert gets loot. Assistant Janitor. If you got a guilty conscience, take 1 stress. I do not. You may take 2 stress to claim the Assistant Janitor. Gain 1 level in stealth. Or I get the bleach. I take the 1 stress to claim the bleach, because then I can discard these 2 at the same time and do a massive amount of damage in my own space or adjacent space. Yeah. So that's pretty good. I'm happy with the way this is playing out so far. But Bert really needs to take a wound before he he only takes 1 wound if he doesn't have it, right? Yeah, so let's move along. We've got some more labs to destroy. And I'm gonna have, I want to get up there quickly, right? 1, 2, 3, 1. I see the cool thing about this femme fatale is it doesn't say anything about combat. It just says before rolling dot once per roll, right? So if I take a wound with her, I actually do get 2 green dice. I can actually destroy the labs in one go. If I'm lucky, if I'm very lucky. And I really want to do that as quickly as possible. So let's get Tina. Let's get her moving. And I can avoid the fire. And because I've got stealth, right? I've got stealth, so I ignore 1 enemy. So I can go through this space. 1, ignore the enemy. 2 and 3. And then I'm in this space, right? Another move action, and I'm in this space. Then I'm going to take a wound to gain the 2 green die. And then I'm going to try and disable that one. And I've got 1, 2, only 2 successes. If I'd had Arcane Mastery, I'd had 3. But still pretty happy. This doesn't count as an attack, so that's why I don't get an extra green. So we've got 2 wounds on this lab. 2 more, and that's flipped over. And that is her turn. So we draw her Mythos card. Each Hastur disciple moves 1 space towards you. So this one goes out here, and this one will also go out here. And then I'll spawn a Hastur disciple at the blue gate. Still, I'm in a safe space, even though it's on fire. Desk. Shoved against the wall, what's in this drawer? You may claim the whiskey bottle. Discard this card to heal all your stress and discard all your guilty conscience cards. Very thematic. I'm quite happy with that. Right, so then it's Bert's turn. And you know, Bert is just gonna... I could stomp the fire out. I could extinguish the fire. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that first. Extinguish fire. I've got Arcane Mastery, so I count 1 as a success, but I also have this. This triggers my masochism. Masochism. The fire's gone. Happy days. So masochism triggers. If there are no tokens on this card, take 1 wound, otherwise remove all tokens. So I take 1 wound. I had taken 1 wound. I've done that. And then there's no tokens. But I take a wound, so technically that'll put a token on it now. And I advance on the insanity. In which case I will upgrade Arcane Mastery, so I count any number of Elder Signs as a success, which is really, really good. Right, it's probably one of the best abilities in the game is Arcane Mastery. Then I'm going to take a rest action where I heal 3 stress or health. And I'll 1, 2, 3 for 1 rest action. And I'll just rest again. Go Bert. Then Bert draws a Mythos card. Fire Vampire. Each Fire Vampire moves 1 space towards you, then place 1 fire token in their space. So 1 space towards me, there's a doorway here. So it's going to try and go up the stairs. And then I'll summon a Fire Vampire in the yellow, at the yellow gate. That's over here. Alright. Well, since Tina is standing in here, I am just gonna do her standard roll and try to get 2 successes. And I got 1 here, 2 insanity. I'm gonna use a stress to reroll this one. And I'm gonna use a stress to reroll it again. There you go. 2 successes. So, this one has taken 4 damage. What effect is on the other side? Major explosion. Deal 2 wounds to all enemies in this and adjacent spaces. All enemies only. Huh, not bad. And how much do these disciples here have? They have 2. Now, one thing. There's no doorway here, right? But the tile is still adjacent, so that's why I'm going to count it. I'm just going to imagine that the wall is blowing out. So these 2 are going to die. And this is a co-op game. Someone might say that's cheating, but the tiles are physically adjacent to each other. You just can't move through them. Right, so that's 1 action. Then she's going to rest to get the stress up again. 1, 2, 3, stress. And then she's going to try and turn off that fire, extinguish that fire. And she gets a raging success. That's perfect. Alright. So, Mythos card. I'm guessing Hastur is going to advance once more now. Yeah. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. Then 1. And this one's going to go upstairs. And these 2 are going to go here. And then I'll summon a cultist at the red gate. And the red gate is here. I'm fairly certain these 3 are the same ones I've had before. Or 2 of these are the ones I had before. Right, now I've got to shuffle the deck here. First, Hastur advances. You gain a yellow sign token. So she has 2 now. And this is going to hurt me in phase 2. And then 1 Hastur disciple at the nearest gate. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So nearest gate is the yellow one. And then 1 cultist at each of the other ones. So a cultist here and a cultist here. Still free and clear. Get in the loop. Gotta shuffle these before I forget it. Don't want to die because I forget to shuffle these cards. Pick the same three again. That would be bad luck. And if anyone knows that sound, that's me dropping cards on the floor. Nothing quite like trying to pick up cards from a hardwood floor. That's fantastic. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. They're shuffled. And she gets to pick one of these. Medicine. Discard this card to heal all wounds from an investigator in your space, including yourself. Oh, not bad, not bad, not bad. Alright, and then it's Bert's turn. And Bert needs to wail on someone. So, what Bert is gonna do, and I'm hoping not to draw a Mythos card with a fire vampire on it, or a Hastur disciple. Bert is gonna go here. 1, 2 spaces. And he's gonna kick butt. Right, attacking the Hastur disciple first. And I got 1 success. Gonna spend a stress to reroll the blank die. 2 successes, and also 3 tentacles. 1, 2, 3. That kills this one. And then I'm gonna attack the other one. And I got 2 successes, but also tentacles. Do I want to trigger my masochism right now? It's probably not a bad place to do it. So, I do have a token on this, so I heal 1 stress. It's pretty good. And then I get to advance one of these. And I'm thinking... yeah, I'm gonna advance Arcane Mastery again. And now I've rolled... I get an extra green die when I roll. That's really good. Now, I'm gonna draw a Mythos card. Add 1 fire token to your space and each adjacent space. Alright, so fire, fire, and fire. Oh, and fire, because it's adjacent. Still get to draw a loot card. Lab books. It's filled with strange scroll. Something about swapping the minds of humans and animals. Looks like nonsense. You may claim the lab notes. Gain 2 dice, green dice to all rolls if you have at least 1 student or animal companion. Well, I don't, sadly. Yet. Okay, so back to Tina. And Tina needs to wail on someone. Right, and that's pretty good that I got the one in Brawling here. That is actually going to help me quite a bit. Yeah. So, her action. She's going to move 1. And then she's going to use Femme Fatale. Discard to take a wound. And then gain 2 green dice. And I've got Brawling. And so, I get another green die, attacking in my space. Second rank, and target any number of figures in your space, split the wounds as you like. I'm gonna target all of them. So I got 1, 2, 3 successes. Could have been a lot better, could have been a lot worse. I am gonna go for a stress to re-roll the black one. So that's 4 successes. I can kill the fire vampire or both cultists. I'm gonna kill the fire vampire. And then I'm gonna do exactly the same again. Rolling 6 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So both of these guys are dead. It's also pretty good for me. Right, and then it's time to draw another Mythos card. Each fire vampire in Byakuya moves 1 space towards you. Summon fire vampire at yellow. Summon Byakuya at blue. Well, that's not all that good. Because that'll actually leave 2 fire vampires to attack her here. And she's not doing too good on health. So I might actually lose this game before I even get started. And then the Byaki moves 1 space as well, and the other Byaki spawns by bird. That is quite possibly the worst card I could have drawn at this point. But if I fail this these attacks, at least it'll have been a quick game. So let's see, Fire Vampire number 1 is gonna hit me, or attempt to hit me. And it has 1 green and 2 black dice. When it attacks, first place a fire token in its space. So it places a fire token. Oh, and it gets 2 successes. That's bullshit. That sucks. That sucks. Come on. Yeah, thank you very much. So I take 1 damage. And then the other one is also gonna add a fire token. At least, this doesn't kill me, because it does no damage. It does trigger my insanity though. And my insanity is gonna be throwing away this whiskey bottle. And the stress is gonna actually go up 1. Not too bad. Lucky me. So now it's Bert's turn. There won't be any items this time, because plenty of enemies in my space. So, but there will be lots of fire when I leave that. So Bert, it's Bert's turn, and he's gonna try to kick the ass of that Byaki there. So I have 3 dice as a standard roll, and because I leveled up, I have another green. So come on, Bert, kill it. 1 success, 2 success, 3 successes, and it has 3 health. Damn, that's pretty awesome. And there's 1 insanity. See, Bert could throw the ammonia, but he will do damage to everyone, including Tina. So that's not a good idea. So I think, you know what? One of the best things I could do, right, is hope that the vampires attempt to move towards him. So I'm going to stomp out the fire. I got 2 successes and 2 tentacles. So this fire token's gone. It's gone now. And then I'm going to move into this space. And then I'm going to draw the Mythos card. If you're in the same space as Hastur or Hastur Disciple, take 2 stress. For each stress you cannot take a wound. If you are not in the same space, gain a yellow sign token. I am not in the same space. Right. No one's on fire. Incredibly enough, there is plenty of fire to go around. And then it's Tina. So Tina is gonna start off by using the medkit. Discard this card for a medkit. And these don't cost any actions, right? So I heal up to full health. And then I'm gonna take 1 damage to gain the 2 dice from Femme Fatale. Did I actually level up when I hit the second one? I didn't. Yeah, I didn't. See, I'm gonna get that level up. So 2 for Femme Fatale, 1 for brawling, and another 1 for leveling up. So I'm starting to roll a decent number of dice here. Right, And I'm going to do the brawling again, where I split the damage on all of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes. And 1 tentacle. So one of them is dead, and the other one's taking a wound. And now I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time I'm not going to take the femme fatale damage. I think I can roll. I should be able to roll 3 successes on this one. Hopefully. 1, 2, and I'm going to stress 1. I'm going to use stress. Come on, baby. Yeah, 3 successes. So this one's also dead. That's really lucky. And then she's going to rest. Just going to pull the 1, 2, 3 stress. And that's her turn, drawing the Mythos card. Each cultist moves 1 space towards you. That one moves in there. These 2 also move up here. She is really gonna take a beating. She's just not gonna be allowed to search. So the cultists are gonna hit her. And a normal cultist hits with 2 green dice. There's 1. Which fails, 2, which gets a success, and 3, which gets a success. So I take a bit of damage. I'm still feeling pretty confident about it. So I don't get to investigate, and I have to summon a cultist at the right gate. And now it is Bert's turn. So Bert. What are you gonna do, Bert? Yeah. Bert is gonna try to tank a bit, I think. Bert is gonna go 1, 2, that's his 1 action. And then he's gonna hit these things. So the standard roll, and then a green die for leveling up. So 1 success, and I can count the elder sign as a success. I can. I can stress to reroll 1. But what's the point? It's not gonna spill over. So I kill 1. My insanity triggers. And I don't have any health tokens on this. So I take a wound, and then I get to place a token on it. And then he's gonna attack again. And this time I get a lot of successes. Technically I have 4 successes on 4 dice. But I'm just gonna kill the 1. Really would have loved to be able to distribute that out. But I get to level up. And now I'm gonna count any number of Elder Signs as 2 successes instead. So, I don't get to draw anything from this, but I do have to draw this. Each Hastur disciple 2 spaces towards you. Spawn a Hastur disciple at yellow. I feel like I'm drawing the same of these, pretty much, right? So that's the Hastur disciples. Then Hastur is gonna advance. You gain a yellow sign token, summon a Hastur disciple at the nearest gate, and 1 cultist at each of the other gates. So Bert is gonna take quite a few hits from this. there's 2 cultists, or 2 Hastur disciples, right? So, the first disciple is gonna hit him for 2 damage. Great. 1, 2. And the second disciple, I'm gonna stress to reroll that. I'm gonna stress to reroll that. Yeah, perfect. Oh, I was gonna take the yellow sign token, because the first one did damage to me, right? And then, oh, the cultist in the space does 1 damage to me. Hoo-wee. Alrighty then. That's quite a rough turn of events. Tina is gonna attack. See, it was going pretty well, right? But now I can't get to the lab, which is a bit annoying. And I still have 2 to destroy. So Tina is gonna take 1 damage to the femme fatale dice. And then she's gonna do 1 for brawling, 1 for leveling up, and then the 3 for standard. And she's gonna distribute it on everyone. Just gonna try. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Taking a stress to reroll this one. Taking another stress to reroll that one. And I hit it. I don't get enough tentacles to actually trigger it. So I move up 2. And then I do 6 damage. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's enough to kill all of these, which will work out in my favor. And all that from 1 action, right? 1 action. So that's pretty good. And now I'm going to do a rest action. And I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, move my health up. And then I'm going to try and extinguish one of those fire tokens, because they're going to be annoying. Or some of those fire tokens, right? Yeah, every success gains me 1. I got 1. Who needed more? Oh, I've got to reshuffle these. And I would like to be better at reshuffling these, because he's going to advance soon. He's gonna come out on the board soon. And I can't kill him until I've done the actual quest, the mission. So I'm mixing, shuffling. Every day I'm shuffling. And she's gonna draw her Mythos card. Move an elder one and each monster 1 space towards the undestroyed lab closest to each of them. And there's still no damaged lab. 1 room. Still no damaged labs. So this was pretty good. That's a pretty good one. It's Bert's turn. And Bert is gonna rest. 1, 2, 3. And he's gonna rest again. Gain full health, full and then I'm gonna make a roll. Oh, I still get the green one for the fire rolls. So I'm gonna try and extinguish the fires. 1, 2, and Arcane Mastery makes 3. So these 2 are gone. And that was Bert's turn. Mythos card. Nearest fire vampire moves 2 spaces towards you. Place 1 fire token in space. There are no fire vampires on the board. But Hastur is going to be really, really soon. So, crap. Alright. Oh, I forgot to loot with her. Never mind. Can't go back and fix everything, right? But Bert still has loot. Fire extinguisher or fire axe. Well, I'll claim the fire axe. I might have to trade it eventually, right? So right now it doesn't do anything. No, I'm just gonna, yeah. No, I'm taking the fire extinguisher, and there's a pretty good reason for that. Because now it's Tina's turn, and Tina's going to start off by trading with Bert, and she's going to grab the fire extinguisher. Alright, so that's one action. For her second action, she's going to go downstairs here. 1 and 2 to the red gate. I'm going to take the 1 damage. Right. So I've got the femme fatale dice, and I've got 1 from leveling up, and I've got 1 from brawling, and then I got the 3 black ones, basic ones. And I'm gonna try and kill 4 cultists with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice. I can't kill all 4. I can see that much. But I can get pretty damn close. Alright. That is not good. Not good at all. I'm gonna stress to reroll this one. I got another sign. That's not what I wanted. I only got 1 success. I didn't even kill 1. This is where the game ends, you know. Boop. Oh, but at least when they're attacking me, I can do this to them now. So, one of them has 1 wound. That is probably one of the worst rolls I've ever had. So, 1 cultist taking 1 wound. So the cultists are gonna hit me. But not until I've drawn the Mythos card. Which of course is spawn a fire vampire at the yellow gate. And then each fire vampire moves 1 space towards you. This one moves out here. No, here. And this one spawns here. And they place a fire token. So Bert is also in trouble. So now the cultists are gonna attack me. Right. And I can remove 1 die. Right. See? Gain 2 or remove 1 die of your choice. Instead of taking 1 wound for your ability, give that wound to any figure in your space. Right. So I'm gonna start off by letting this one hit me with 1 die, and the wound is gonna be taken by this guy. This is a bit of a convoluted ability. So is he gonna hit me? He is gonna hit me. Crap. Then the next one to attack is this one. I'm gonna roll 1 less die, and he's gonna take a wound. The next in line. And I get 1 success. So I still take a wound. Why are they rolling so well? I mean, if I die now, if I hit get hit one more time, I'm dead. And then the last guy is going to hit me, but he's also going to take a wound for it. And I die. Why? That is the most ridiculous. Oh. Yeah. That is Oh wait, did I cheat? I think I cheated. I don't actually have that. I thought I was up here, but I wasn't. Right. Or was I? I can't remember if I rolled a tentacle and didn't go up. I think I might have. On my my own attack roll, right? But oh, that's so silly. Rolling 7 dice and only getting 1 success, and then actually doing a stress and still not getting a 1. God, that is one of the first times I've actually lost this game before he came out. I always feel like it's right down to the wire. But I do love this game. It's one, in my opinion, it's one of the best co-op games. Because it's always exciting. It might just be a beer and pretzels game, you know, one step about Zombicide, but I love Zombicide as well. I've got a pretty good collection of that. So anyway, it's too bad that the cultists managed to stab her to death, because I really did want to see the finale. But it probably won't be that long until I set one up again and try to play that. So, thanks for watching along. I hope you felt the tension as much as I did here at the last few minutes here. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It really is. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.